Good evening, dear students. Welcome back to Talent and Knowledge Management classes. Uh, in the last class, we have completed the module 1 of this Talent and Knowledge Management. Today, we are going to begin with the second module. So, what are the contents that are there in the second module? Let us see. Okay, so I have kept it in the agenda. These are the contents of the second module, which is there in your syllabus, like elements, benefit, challenges of the talent management, which we have already seen elements, benefits, and on the way we have discussed about the challenges also. But today I'm going to discuss them again, okay, in different perspective, like key elements I'm going to say, and the benefits we have already discussed. There is nothing much more extra there in discussing about the benefits. Next one is challenges. Yes, we are going to discuss in the deep about the challenges of the talent management system. Okay. Then in the coming classes, we are going to complete the other bits of this second module. Okay, let us begin with the uh, key elements of talent management. Okay, so what is the key elements I'm talking about here? So these are the key elements. Okay, career management, auditing, recruiting and selecting, assessing potential, developing talent, sorry, coaching, mentoring, and executive coaching. So these have given as a some key elements of talent management. Okay, so what are these key elements of talent management we have to discuss now? Okay, first one I have given here as a career management. Okay, we were talking about proactive and reactive management, right? So proactive management is always like forecasting its situation, always analyzing the environment, what could be the situation, how we have to ready, and we have to ready with the solution. Just we should not react to the situation. Okay, we have to predict the situation, and we have to overcome with the solutions for that situation. So that is a proactive management. So what happens in a career management, talent management, this division of talent management will help in getting the job satisfaction and succession planning. Okay, so proactive management of the careers of talented people will ensure the job satisfaction and also succession planning. Okay, when people may feel that we are going to lose job, or we are going to have a some kind of uncertainty in our job. So what proactive management will try to do? The proactive management will try to ensure that you have a job satisfaction by providing all the facilities, and giving a better work culture, work environment, and recognition, rewards. So these kind of benefits, if you are giving and if you are providing with a good culture to work, then there will be a job satisfaction. And definitely providing them a challenging and engaging role in the organization also will fetch the job satisfaction, and involving them for the succession planning for requirement of the future, right? Future roles, if they want to fill up the future roles, we have to make them ready. So that is how we are making we are doing your career management. What is career management? Career management is somebody is managing your career. Who manages our career? We self will manage our career. We are not celebrity that we are given, we have a PR team to manage, right? So in the organization, the department of human resource and the people who are working in the talent management session, they will help every employee to as a career manager for them, to so that by providing succession planning. So we are developing them, we are making them ready for the next senior positions, and taking up the new roles, taking up the additional responsibilities, additional authorities. So some indirectly we are managing their career. Okay, so that is what career management is about. Next thing, we are auditing. Okay, now talent management will perform auditing roles also. How? Auditing of the organization talent pool, get a clear idea of its size, shape, and the organization requirement. Here we are talking about size, shape of not a human body or a person who's our employee. We are talking about the job. Okay, size, shape is nothing but it is like skills. Okay, it is like your job, what we find out in our job analysis, like job specification, job description, that is size and shape of the uh, your talent. Means what kind of a skills he is having, what kind of a roles and responsibility the person has to perform, what are the skill set and ability of the person. We have to match it, right? You have to match the job specification to job description. We have to match and we have to analyze the job, right? So that is what here we are doing. We are auditing, like this person we have recruited him, so whether this person is fitting into that job specification or not, whether this person has fitting into the job description or not. So we have to, what we have to do, we have to get the clear idea about it. Okay, that is what the auditing about the job description and job specification. That is here given as a size and shape. Okay. Next one is recruiting and selecting. Definitely, recruiting and selecting will be recruiting the right person at the right time at the right place. So this is the basic HR function, what we call. So how can we recruit the right person at the right time? So we have to make sure that the in industry we are acquiring the talent, right? So from auditing, we will get to know it is kind of a process if you follow. Sorry, I've explained this career management first only. I would have begun with the auditing. So first auditing, we will find out the job specification and job uh, description. Okay, what are the skills and ability we are required, and what is the roles and responsibility a person has to perform in the organization. We have identified it, we have got the clear idea. Now according to the specification and it should match to the description, we have to recruit the that person, and we have to select the talent. Okay, so how we select? We by focusing on the potential. Okay, so we have to catch the fresh talent. Here they are talking about like college placements. Okay, like one tier, two tier business schools. From there, like MBA HRs, PGDBM HRs. So these people are the fresh graduates who have a fresh ideas in their mind and a new energy. So those will become a potential candidates to our company. Okay, because nowadays it is experience is less considered when you compare to your energy and idea which are coming from the new talents. So what we will have to do when we are done with our auditing thing, we have to recruit and select that in the entire industry our company should get the best talent. Okay, so the our company, what we will do, we'll use all the techniques like how early bird, all those things we will use in recruiting the talent before the talent is identified by any other company. We want to fetch the talent of company. Okay, next one is assessing the potential. Okay, now we have recruited and selected the candidate. Now he starts performing, right? We have placed him. After placing him, he start performing. Once he started performing, we have to assess his performance. That is the assessing potential, means evaluating. Assessing means evaluating, right? Assessment to identify talent in line with the organizational needs as early as possible. See, this is very important. Using an appropriate techniques. So we were talking about this, using appropriate technique by taking an example, like we cannot use a technique of communication skills to a person who's in coding, and technical ability of a person who's at the sales, right? So we have to use the appropriate technique which is suitable to which kind of job. So there are many performance appraisal techniques, right? So we have to use the appropriate, we have to choose one of them which is suitable to that job, which is suitable to that particular performance of that job. So by using that technique as early as possible, when we are selecting that candidate and placing in our organization, and when he starts performing, he or she performing, what we have to do is we have to in the early stage only we have to evaluate their performance, whether that performance is meeting the organizational requirement or not, okay, organizational needs or not. So what we have to compare is actual performance with the standard performance which is set by the organization, whether the talent which you have recruited is performing according to the standard or according to the organizational need or not, okay, by using the appropriate technique. Now, after assessing the potential candidate, whether he's performing or not, then we have to develop the talent, right? Developing talent using formal and experimental methods of the conducting an appropriate need analysis. Now, here you find out that the person is performing well, except any one area. Okay, say for example, a sales manager for a region, South Indian head, something like that you have recruited. So that person is really having a good experience, good skill set, good qualification. He understood his roles and responsibility and everything. But because he has to operate in the South India, he is a North Indian origin. He does not know the South Indian languages. Okay, that is one skill. Language is also one skill. In knowing languages is a skill, right? So you know that he is a lacking in that area. So what we can do? So his need is, we have done the need analysis here, like he, multi languages, like in South India completely we have Telugu speaking 2 states, Tamil, Malayalam, Karnataka, Kannada, like so 4 major languages we have. So at least he does not know any 4 of these languages, means we have to train him. Okay, we have to train him. In Karnataka, majorly English is accepted. In Telugu speaking state, both the states English is accepted. Kerala, some English is Tamil. They prefer their own language, even though they know it, they won't communicate in other language. So there are sentiments, that kind of hindrances. So he's a sales manager, means he has to meet many people, many clients who might not be knowing a English language or a Hindi language. So that's why that is an skill set which is he is missing. So we have to give him training in that particular skill set. We have done the need analysis. Okay. In another case, the person is from South India only. He knows all the languages, at least 50% of languages, but he's not proposing a good business model to increase the sales in the south region. So for in that cases we have to give him a analytics lessons, analytics training to that particular person. Okay, so according to the needs. Okay, so he's not performing well, so we are not giving him a training for everything. Okay, so we have to analyze what kind of this skill sets are missing, why this is happening. Some in some cases there will be a no skill set missing, but there will be a lack of motivation. there will be a lack of leadership skill. So in that cases also, what we have to do, we have to develop the talent, we have to make the need analysis. Okay, a training need analysis you might have studied in your HRM classes. So that we have to do here, that which kind of gap is there in his skill set, what kind of training is required, what kind of development activity is required from that particular talent, to match the organizational need, match his performance to organizational requirement. Okay, so that is the developing talent here. Next one is coaching, mentoring, and executive coaching. Okay, so coaching, mentoring of a talent individual supplemented by executive coaching to ensure they are effectively managed. Okay, so when the fresh talent here, I'm talking about fresh talent or people who are having a less than 5 years of experience. So when the fresh talent or the less experienced people, they are good. They are good. Only they are lacking is in experience. Okay, they are good. What we have to do is we have to mentor. We have to assign a mentor to them. Like his team lead may be his mentor. It's not necessarily team lead should be a mentor. A manager should be a mentor. Mentor can be anybody in the organization. A senior person who is working in the same team. Okay, the person who's assisting in his project, or if there is any mentoring system in your organization, the first people from that mentoring committee. So these people has to coach them and mentor them. Okay, uh, in flat organizational curve teams, like tech teams, tech industry, what we call, there this kind of mentoring system will be. In every project there will be a mentor. So whenever the new talent is acquired for a particular project, so the mentor will take care of the talent in, you know for motivating him to fetch work from that person. That is what happens. Okay, next is again, not only mentoring, you should make the executives, like executive level of people who are there. So if you ask them to coach them, it is not like the training and development unit which is there in your HRM, human resource management department. There is a training and learning and development department will be there. Those person also has to develop their skills, or those person only have to engage them. Okay, or you can ask the executives like your CFO, CEO, CTO. Those people also can come and coach the new talent recruit, so that they will feel that we are effectively managed in this organization. Okay, so next one is career management. Like that, after doing all those things, so we are planning for, here we are trying to fit him to his own job by training him in the wherever the gap is there in his skill set. Again, we are for the his psychological, motivational, uh, or developmental ambitions and satisfaction. We are making him, we are mentoring him, we are providing him mentors, we are giving coachings from the executives. Then in the last, what we do is career planning, like I was explained before. Like the organization will become your career manager. So it is developing you to um, acquire the higher position whenever it is required. Okay, so this is about key elements of talent management. Okay, going